Hey, what is up, guys? First of all, the audio is a little off for this in the background because when I was recording, it just happened. So that's what you'll hear if you'll notice that the audio is a little off. But let's get into these questions. We're here with our question and answers. It's time to get serious. Alexander starts with, will you do videos about character combos? Now, I kind of answered this in the comments actually, which is usually against my rules. But the reason I did is because the reason I don't do character combo videos is like I feel like you can find them anywhere on the internet. Like if you type in Kung Jin combos, you will find a video on the internet of Kung Jin combos, right? Like it's really easy, or Kung Jin BNBs or whatever, or Aaron Black combos. It's really easy to find that. But the kind of videos I do, right, like armor anti-airs or punishing landing frames, or like armoring through strings are much more difficult to find, and I think that's the kind of content that is a lot better for most people. So that's why I usually don't do it. I could do more in the future, and I'm thinking about it, but that kind of content's not my favorite to make, to be honest. So yeah, that's why I did that. Conmeister asks, Azula or Katara, and the follow-up, Asami or Korra. Definitely Katara over Azula. And the thing about Asami versus Korra is I think that Korra and I would fight a lot. Like, there would be a lot of tension there, but I think it would be way more exciting than Asami, so that, I would say that. Metal Storm says, make this a fuck one, kill one, marry one. Toph, the female twin's name in Korra, and I'm guessing Korra? In that case, I would say, marry Korra, fuck the female twin, kill Toph, because she's a pain in the ass. Even though I think she's an awesome character, like, realistically, she would just piss me off so bad. Dylan asks, what non-fighting games are you looking forward to most this year? Fallout 4, does that count as this year? It comes out this year, right? The Division, I think that's this year also. I don't know, I'm just going to say upcoming games, right? Overwatch looks really sick to me. Honor Bound actually was super sick at E3. There's a lot of games at E3 that I thought was super sick. The new Kingdom Hearts, like, I don't know. To me, there's just so many games coming out that I'm very interested in. It's hard for me to really just narrow it down, but I play all kinds of games. I don't just play fighting games, so I'm excited for a bunch of stuff. Dip Shizzle asks, what do you see yourself in the next couple years? That's a good question, to be honest with you, because I didn't know how big this video style content would become or get or is going to get, but I really like doing this kind of stuff. Like, I think my skills or the things I enjoy doing are kind of line up with this, right? So I'm still gonna probably be going to school and working on video stuff, or maybe find a job in a place that I can do this kind of stuff, because entertainment and just like content creation are what I like to do personally. So hopefully doing something like that, to be honest with you. Who are the tier 1 characters and their variations in your opinion? Are you talking about this game? I think that definitely the two characters to me that stand out the most in Mortal Kombat X are Raiden, Thunder God, and D'Vorah, Swarm Queen. I just think they're so good. Like, I think they are the biggest problems ever. I just think they're really, really pain in the ass. So yeah, those two characters to me stand out above everybody else as being very, very strong. What DLC characters would you like to see? Fujin, everybody knows that. Fujin is the man that I'm most interested in. But as far as like other Mortal Kombat characters, like, to be honest, I don't think I'm really interested in a lot of them. I think the robots would be cool. I'm kind of surprised that they're not in the game, to be honest with you. Like, I thought that they would be a dead ringer for this game, but whatever, dude. They didn't want to do it. I mean, because like you just make one robot, and then each variation's like, one is Cyrax, one is Smoke, like one is like, I don't know, something else. Like, just make them all the three, or Sector, so make them all the three like that. But obviously they didn't want to do it. Giblet asks, I played Cassie Brawler variation, but I haven't seen anybody use my variation competitively. Dab plays it on ESL a lot. His Brawler Cassie is very good. I haven't been able to learn a lot from watching high-level play as a result. What are some tips you could give you? So you get really good setups off of your back forward 3, the grab that's actually an overhead, but it looks like a grab where she tackles you. You get really good setups off of that, because if you do overhead into flip, the flip will miss if they block, which means that you can't really be punished, so it's really cheap. I think Brawler's very, very good variation for Cassie. Try to look up some dab gameplay, and you'll see what I mean. Can you play D'Vorah? I really connect with her as a character, but those wasp grenade cancels are impossible online. Yeah, run cancels in general are not easy online. I'm thinking about playing her a little bit more. I might play her, because like I said, I feel like she's really good, so I just want to mess with her more. When are we going to see more KI Tech videos? Pretty soon. I know I've been posting a lot of MK content, which is great for a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys like MK content, right? But I want to post a little bit more of other videos too. I'm going to post some Street Fighter 5 stuff from E3 pretty soon, and I'm going to post some probably Street Fighter 4 stuff, KI, a little bit stuff like that. So definitely tune into those things. Even if you guys aren't particularly fans of the game, I think you guys might like the kind of content I do for it. It's usually pretty fun. And shenanigans are shenanigans no matter what game I'm playing. So yeah, more KI stuff soon. Rocket Raccoon asks, omelette du fromage. Yes, of course, always. Did you see the Fallout 4 gameplay trailers? If so, do you think Fallout 4 will be a better game than Fallout 3 or not? And what are your thoughts on jetpacks and power armor? I think the game looks sick, to be honest. You said, you know, you probably heard just a minute ago that it was one of the games I'm looking forward to the most this year. I think it looks really awesome. I played Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, you know, Fallout 3, New Vegas. I played all Bethesda games that have come out recently, you know, as far as that style of games. So I'm super excited for it. I think Fallout 4 looked amazing. I think that it definitely has potential to be better than Fallout 3, but we'll see. You know, obviously it isn't out yet, so there's no way for us to know. But I think it looks amazing. Honestly, it looks awesome. Yeah, and the power armor looks really cool too. I'm glad it's customizable too. Like, that's super sick, right? Like, I think that that's a really cool idea. Who is free in MKX? You mean like character-wise? Like, I think Katana is really bad. I think Goro's pretty bad. He's just whatever. I think that Melina is pretty whack, but she's kind of random. She can get away with stuff and just kind of win. But yeah, there's not that many characters I feel like are really bad. I think Liu Kang's just alright. Like, I don't think he's amazing. I just think he's okay. So yeah, second part of this question. What kind of work do you do for a living? And so do you like what you do? My main source of income is YouTube and Twitch money, to be honest with you. That's where most of it is, because I am a full-time student, right? So that is pretty much what I'm doing when I'm not doing school stuff. Yeah, don't say you go to a school for a living. No, you don't earn money going to school, man. Because how else do you pay to go to these tournaments? I actually haven't paid to go to a tournament in a long time. Like, when I went to Combo Breaker, well, I was sponsored for a while, so obviously I got sent out to tournaments by my sponsor. And then, like, Combo Breaker, somebody sent me to Combo Breaker. I didn't pay for it, right? So that, you know, is something to keep in mind. But yeah, and Evo, you know, we'll get into that in a little bit, but yeah, there's a lot of tournaments that don't really cost me that much money. Thank you, have a great day. Yeah, you too, man. Is it worth learning all 3 variations for each character you play in MKX? I think it depends on the characters. Some characters, I definitely recommend checking out all their variations. But some characters, I feel like some variations are more dominant than others. Like Kung Jin, I feel like all 3 of his variations are good. But then, like, I feel like you could just get away by playing Bojutsu, right? Like, I feel like you don't have to necessarily play the other variations. Sub-Zero versus Scorpion, who's better? Like, you mean who do I like more? I like Sub-Zero more, but I think Scorpion's probably better in this game. But I think they're both very good. Do you think we'll have a few more DLCs in MKX? Yeah, I think after the 2 that are coming out, I think there'll be more, to be honest with you. I don't think that, that this will be the last DLC pack. What is the chance of KI being on PC? Well, you asked this before it got announced, but KI did get announced to be on PC, which is awesome. I'm really excited for it, to be honest. What is the chance? Oh, whoops, you just read that. I've seen somebody on the comment section on one of your videos who said, I want to make out with you while you explain to me how to play the game. How do you feel about that? Well, listen. I love making out, and I love explaining how to play video games. So the 2 together sounds like a good deal to me. I'm not going to complain. Can you play with Melina, Sonya, or Tanya in some of your online videos? I'm going to probably play some Tanya soon. So, yeah, Sonya and Melina aren't really that interesting to me, but I'll try them. Why are you reading the 7th question when that's not even a real question? Alright, I see how it is. Head South asks, what do you think of sexism, racism, etc. in gaming? Also, where can fans donate? Well, first of all, obviously, I'm not a fan of sexism, racism, any of that, because any reasonable person probably isn't. So, you know, there's just that. But yeah, like, come on, that's pretty, like, I feel like realistically most people aren't a fan of any of that. So it's just people who are a little bit, I don't know, stupid. Where can fans donate? I'll post my PayPal in the description, but you can donate to my PayPal. That's probably the easiest way. Like I said, this is my primary source of income while I go to school, especially since I got kicked out. Like, the money for this has been really nice lately. So yeah, if you guys do want to donate, I post my PayPal in the thing down below the description, so you can check that out if you want. Can you please do a video on zoning and opening people up with Kung Jin? Kenshi is my main right now, but once you figure out his moves and get in his face, you can't really do anything about it. Kenshi's really good now. You have to understand with Kenshi, zoning is not about, you know, just putting stuff on screen with Kenshi. Zoning in this game with Kenshi is more about predicting what your opponent's gonna do and then countering it. That's pretty much how Kenshi plays in this game. but it can be tough to deal with. But how to open people up with Kung Jin is what you want to know. So use his forward 2 and his back 1, right? That's his overhead and low, and also use his forward 3. That's a really good tool to open people up with as well. But yeah, just you know, make sure to use that kind of offense, right? He has an overhead, he has a low, and he has some really good normals to just get in there with. So my advice is try to watch some of the Kung Jin play you see at tournaments a lot and stuff like that, and you'll see what I mean. It's definitely not super easy to always open people up, but he does have a 50-50, which is really nice, obviously. Once you get in their face, they kind of just have to sit there and hold that. Q&A, who is your favorite MKX character and why? Define his or her playstyle. As far as personality, I like Cassie the most. I think she's the most interesting. But as far as like playstyle wise, I really think Aaron Black is a very interesting character. Just because he has traps, he has a command throw, he has overhead lows. He just is a very, to me, he's cool. I just think he's a cool character. But yeah, Cassie's my favorite personality wise. I just think she's really interesting. So yeah, that is it for the questions we're going to answer this time on Q&A. This one, I think, is about 11.5 minutes or something like that. But it's not too long, right? We answered a pretty good chunk of questions. You guys asked like 60 questions or something like that. So I feel like we got a pretty good amount of them done so far. We'll get into the rest of them in the next video. But hopefully you guys have been doing well. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again soon.
I'd frame that.
Johnny Cage wins.